There is a school of magic no one ever told you existed, but something inside you always knew. And to enter it, I'm going to ask you to breathe deeply through your nose. Release the air through your mouth and close your eyes. And if a worm comes, or a knot, or something with no name, breathe into your belly. It's just the body saying it's listening. And now, let yourself go. With every breath you take, with every word I speak, and with every note of the music, everything helps you go deeper. And as you hear my voice goes with you. And you will hear my voice in exactly the way that is right for you. And now, imagine above you a beautiful golden light. A beautiful golden light beginning to shine above your head. Imagine this light has the texture of silk, soft as liquid honey. See it descending slowly over your head, relaxing your scalp, your mind, allowing thoughts to drift away. With every breath you take and every word I speak, let that golden light move down into the muscles of your face. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, the small muscles beside your eyes. Let it flow down into your jaw, your neck. Imagine that this golden light carries everything you need, everything you desire in your life, everything you could wish for. Allow it to move down your arms, into your forearms, your wrists, your hands. Relax your fingers. Relax your nails. Relax the fine lines of your fingertips, your unique markings. And with every breath, you soften more. Let the golden light move down your spine, relaxing your back, vertebra by vertebra, through muscles, bones, organs, cells, through your lungs, between your ribs, into your heart, breathing easily, comfortably. Let it descend into your chest, belly, your legs, your knees, your feet. Relax your feet. Relax your toes. And now, imagine before you a staircase that descends. At the top, a sign. And on that sign, you can read Luminara, the school of magic no one ever told you existed. A school that has always been here, always waiting for you. Before you, 12 steps, each a different color, like a rainbow descending into the earth. And each step glows as your foot touch it. 12. The first step is gold. It glows as your foot touch it. Warm, radiant. 11. Deep green. It lights up as you step on it, and the world above begins to fade. 10. White. A pure white that illuminates everything around you. 9. Honey. Warm and soft. 8. Violet. A violet light that pulses slowly. 7. Silver, like moonlight. 6. Midnight blue, dark as a moonless sky, and the silence deepens. 5. Turquoise, like a calm sea. 4. Rose, soft as the first light of morning. 3. Celestial blue, clear and crisp as spring water. 2. Mother of pearl, softly shimmering with reflected light. 1. Ruby, warm, deep, the last step. You have arrived. Before you stands a vast crystal door. It opens as you approach, and you enter. The space is larger than you expected. Crystal walls glow with a warm light that seems to breathe with you. Corridors open in many directions. Doors, rooms in the distance, and the scent of lavender and jasmine that your body recognizes before your mind does. You are in Luminara. You walk along the corridors. The crystal walls light up as you pass and fade again behind you. The floor changes color beneath your feet. The air carries the scent of lavender and rosemary. And you hear voices somewhere in the distance. 2 teachers speaking beside the crystal door. They are not speaking to you, not about you, but you hear them. Some people spend their whole lives saying yes when they wanted to say no. And afterwards they cannot understand where their energy went. It did not go to the other person. It went to what was not true. The yes that was never yes always costs more than the honest no. The hardest part is not saying no. It is believing you have the right to say it. The words linger in the air. They are not meant for you, yet something inside you listens. You pass a room where the voice of an open book drifts into the corridor. On its cover, in golden letters, recipes for magical potions. It is not speaking to anyone, simply reading aloud. There was someone who never said no. Everyone thought it was generosity. Only they knew it was exhaustion. One day, they said no for the first time, and the world did not end. On the contrary, everything became clearer. On one of the walls, resting on a crystal shelf, there is a cloak, dark, with a surface that shifts when the light touches it. A cloak of invisibility. And along its hem, embroidered in letters so fine they can only be read up close, protecting what is yours is not refusing the other. It is ensuring there is still something left to give. You continue walking. The air changes, cooler now, with bergamot, mint, and sea salt, like the scent of calm ocean on a summer day. And you reach a door that opens as you approach. You enter the Siren song chamber. The floor is turquoise blue, like shallow summer water, clearer enough to see the sand beneath, yet with a depth the eye cannot quite measure. And when your foot touches the surface, the color shifts gently like soft waves on a calm sea. The crystal walls here are slightly curved. When light touches them, reflections ripple across the chamber, like being underwater while still breathing easily, as though the entire space understands what it means to exist between two worlds. And at the center of the chamber, a mirror of water, a circular pool, perfectly still, resting on the floor as though it had always been there. It reflects the ceiling so precisely that the chamber seems to continue downward endlessly. Along the crystal walls, engraved deep into the surface, as if carved at the moment the chamber was created, there are ancient symbols, each with its precise form: circles, lines, spirals closing upon themselves, marks of protection. The body recognizes them before the mind gives them names. The air smells of water and salt, with bergamot and mint. Your body breathes it deeply, as if instinctively knows it is good for you. The scent of calm sea on a summer day. There is a group, 5 or 6 people standing around the mirror of water. There is space for you, and you take your place. And from one corner of the chamber, with the precision of someone who knows exactly how many steps she intends to take, a woman moves forward. Neither tall nor short, In her hands, she carries a rolled parchment, held with the familiarity of someone who rarely sets it down. Her eyes hold the calm of someone who does not need to prove anything to anyone. She moves around the group and the symbols as though she knows each one by name. She is the keeper of sigils, the teacher of this chamber. She passes her hand across one of the symbols on the wall, without explanation, like greeting an old friend. Then she turns to the group. The keeper of sigils does not offer a welcome. When she speaks, it is direct. Like someone who has said these words many times and knows exactly the weight each one carries. The most powerful words in existence have 2 syllables. They are not magical formula. They are simply honest, and almost no one can say them without trembling. She does not say which word they are. She allows the silence to do the work. Then she explains, with a voice that carries no urgency, that there is a cost most people never calculate. The cost of the yes that was spoken when the truth was no. The cost does not go to the other person. It goes to what was not true. And all the energy disappears there, without the other person knowing, without even the person themselves realizing, until suddenly there is none left. She walks slowly around the mirror of water, and she speaks of the Siren, not the one from the myths who drags sailors into depths, the other one, the one who dives deep without losing herself, because she understands the currents, because she respects the tides, because she knows exactly when to surface. A boundary is not a wall between you and the world. It is the awareness of where you end and where the other begins. Without that, there is no diving, only drifting. She looks at someone in the group, not at you, at the person to your left, and she asks with the quiet precision, "When was the last time you said no and did not feel the need to explain why?" The person sits quietly with the question, and somewhere in your chest you feel it too. The keeper of sigils looks at the group and asks something simple: to close their eyes. To think of a request that came recently, any request. Not the largest, not the most difficult, the first one that comes. That is what you do. you close your eyes, and without searching with the mind, you allow it to appear. A request, a demand, an expectation, perhaps from someone close, perhaps from someone you barely know, perhaps something never spoken aloud but felt all the same. The keeper of sigils speaks calmly. You do not need to answer now. You do not need to decide. Simply feel the weight. What arrives when a request appears that was never yours to carry. Here you may feel without acting, without saying yes, without explaining no. The keeper of sigils walks slowly around the mirror of water. She looks at the group, at each person, and when her gaze meets yours, there is the clarity of someone who sees exactly what is there. And she says almost in a whisper, "What are you protecting when you protect what is yours?" And in that silence, something inside you knows the answer, not in words, in a feeling of recognition, like finally seeing the name of something that has always existed, but was never spoken. The question remains suspended in the air, and the keeper of sigils makes a quiet gesture pointing to the mirror of water at the center of the chamber. And from the surface of the water, sounds begin to rise, as though the water had been holding them and is now releasing them. Voices not strangers, people you recognize, requests you know, expectations your body senses before they are even spoken. They come from everywhere, from the right, from the left, from above, from below, like waves. The keeper of sigils remains still. She does not cover her ears. She does not ask for silence. She simply observes the group, and she says slowly, "Listen, without losing yourself. These voices will continue. The aim is not to silence them, is to find where you are within all of this." Then she does something unexpected. She opens the parchment she carries, and as she guides it slowly over the turquoise floor, lines of light begin to draw themselves upon the ground, forming a circle around the group. Slowly, with precision, a symbol closing upon itself. And the voices remain outside the circle. But inside something changes. It is not silence. It's clarity. like the muffled noise of a crowded room heard through a closed door. It is still there, but it no longer decides for you. The keeper of sigils looks at the group inside the circle and says, This space is yours. Not forever, not for everything, but for the moments when you need to remember where you are. The voices outside do not disappear, but they no longer enter unless you allow them. You remain inside the circle, with the clarity it brings. The voices continue, but your center is quiet. And from here, from this place, you can hear each one and choose. This one enters. This one remains outside. This one can return later. This one, never. And from somewhere beyond the chamber walls, as if from water, as if from the sea, a melody arrives. Soften. The siren sings, not words, only sound, and within the sound there is a message, one the body understands before the mind. You remain there for a moment longer, inside the circle, with what is yours, with the clarity of someone who knows where they stand. The keeper of sigils slowly rolls the parchment closed. The circle of light fades from the floor, but the clarity remains. A reminder that you know how to do this, and that you can do it whenever you need. And if you remain in silence, you may hear a voice. Not the keeper of sigils, not mine, yours. The one rising from deep within, and it says, I know how to say no. And when I say it, I do not lose myself. I find peace. I find care. I find my way home. And from what remains, I give what is true. And now, when you feel it's the right moment, you can leave the chamber. You step out, and as you do, the door closes softly behind you. You walk along the corridor. The crystal walls light up as you pass and fade behind you, as if the school knew exactly where you are. You notice more things this time. A light that changes color as you pass. A sound of music coming from somewhere. A scent that already feels like yours. And there's something different on the way back. It's not the corridor that changed. It's you. You reach the rainbow staircase, and you can climb slowly. 1. The ruby step glows when you touch it. 2. Mother of pearl. 3. Celestial blue. 4. Pink. 5. Turquoise. 6. Midnight blue. 7. Silver. 8. Violet. 9. Honey. 10. White. 11. Deep green. 12. Golden, the last step, and the light begins to reach you. You are almost back. You begin to feel your body, the weight of your body where you are, the temperature of the air on your skin, the sounds around you starting to return slowly. You can move your fingers, your toes, gently move your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and at your own pace, calmly, when you feel ready, let your eyes open. You're back. Your unconscious heard everything it needed to hear. You don't need to analyze it. Let it work. So if in the coming days you note anything different, a calm you weren't expecting, or a moment when you feel more you, it's not a coincidence. It's your unconscious working with what it received. And if the questions from this session come back at you at some point, in the shower, falling asleep, in the middle of the day, let them be. Because everything you heard, every voice, every phrase, every word that stayed. And it will keep working in there, in silence, at your own pace. And if you feel like coming back, Luminara is always open, beneath everything, waiting for you.